Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Low Budget Review Show. I am your host, Eric Smith, and today I am talking about Touch the Night by Max Booth III. You can get a hardcover copy from Cemetery Dance. I have the paperback from Perpetual Motion Machine Publishing, and I think the best thing for me to do, your favorite thing, I'm sure, I'm going to read the back cover copy just to make sure I don't miss anything here. So this says, Stranger Things and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre unite to form a blood-soaked matrimony of violence and corruption. Something sinister's hiding in the small town of Percy, Indiana, and 12-year-old Joshua Washington and Alonzo Jones are about to find themselves up close and personal with it. After a harmless night of petty property damage leads to the unthinkable, the red and blue lights of a cop car are the last thing these boys want to see, especially a cop car driven by something not quite human. Enter Mary Washington and Otessa Jones. Their sons have been best friends for years, and now Josh and Alonzo have been abducted in the dead of night. Worst of all, the local sheriff refuses to believe they're missing, leaving it up to Mary and Otessa to take the law into their own hands before a family of ungodly lunatics can complete a ritual decades in the making. Together, they will embark on a surreal and violent journey into a land of corrupt law enforcement, small-town secrets, gravitational oddities, and ancient black magic. So there you go. That's what it says right there. You can always pause this video and just read it for yourself, because I'm showing it to you. But anyway, that's it in a nutshell. What do I say about this book? So, regular viewers by now should know that I'm a fan of Max Booth III. Some might say I'm his number one fan. And if you've ever listened to his podcast, either of his podcasts, Schoolish or Castle Rock Radio, he's smart and he's funny and he's charming and he's often goofy, which is part of his charm. And it can make it easy to forget just what a powerful writer he is. This book, spoilers, here we go. I mean, you don't even need to wait till the end of this video. This book is amazing. Booth is like a classic 80s slasher who just rips open the characters and exposes their insides for everyone to see. The characters in this book are fantastic. It's emotional. It's visceral. We get to know these people. We get to know Josh and Alonzo, and the the things that they go through, and we get to know Mary and Otessa, and the pain. You can feel the pain that they feel trying to find their sons and being stonewalled at every turn. And it's just, the writing is just amazing. It's so powerful. The story itself it's horrifying. It's creepy. It's emotional. I think you're gonna, if you're human at all, you're gonna feel for these characters, and you're gonna be horrified by, the horrific things that happen. Excuse me. I got caught up in just thinking about this. I started reading it. It took me a little bit to get into it. I think because I started at lunch at work, so I didn't have a lot of time. But once I actually sat down and got into it, I did not want to put it down. Things like work and sleep got in the way, so it took me a little while to finish it. But when I could sit down and devote a chunk of time to it, I was flying through this book. It's just the twists and turns, and we go back and forth between Mary and Otessa and Josh and Alonzo, and what each of those pairs are doing. So the structure of the story works very well. It helps build tension. We've got what's going on with Josh and Alonzo and these horrific things, and that's building, and then all of a sudden we jump to Mary and Otessa. And so we're left just wondering what's going to happen to Josh and Alonzo. We left them in this horrible spot. What's next? But we got to read about Mary and Otessa, and we want to know what's going on with them. And Otessa's a single mother. Mary is married to Jasper, and there's issues there. And then dealing with the cops and the sheriff, who is he just a shitheel, a lousy sheriff? Is he involved? What's going on with him and the rest of the police force? There's just weird incidents happening in this town. What's going on? What's the force behind the story? And it's compelling. And this feels like it's going to be a short review because I don't want to talk too much about the story. And I feel like I'm just going to keep repeating myself about how well written, how intense, how horrifying this story is. You need to buy a copy. You need to get all of your friends and family to buy a copy. Get your mailman to buy a copy, or just buy a bunch and give them out. I can't recommend this highly enough. I gave it 5 out of 5 on Goodreads, but on here, it's going to be one of those rare times where I break the laws of mathematics. This is a 6 out of 5 stars book. This is fantastic. It's early. It's only April, but this is already a contender for my favorite book of the year that I've read this year. It came out last year, I believe. Let's double check the copyright. It does say 2020. There we go. Great cover. I love that cover. The cover for the Cemetery Dance hard copy is pretty cool as well. And I'm going to link down in the description. I'm going to have a link for Cemetery Dance if you want to pick up a hard copy. I'm going to have a link for Perpetual Motion Machine Publishing if you want to pick up a softback. And I'll have a link for Amazon for people that want to go that way. But I recommend going with either Cemetery Dance or Perpetual Motion Machine. It'll take a little longer, but you're giving more support to the author and the publishers when you buy, especially if you buy directly from Perpetual Motion Machine Publishing, PMMP. So you've got to read. This is so good. What else can I say? This feels like such a short video, but again, I don't want to give anything away. You really need to read this. You need to experience it for yourself. I've been a fan of Max Booth. I've enjoyed everything I've read by him. I love his podcasts. This book just cements my #1 fan status. It's fantastic. I don't know what else to say. It is fantastic. And if you look closely, there are some clues to some of the things that happen in the book. If you look a little closely there, you can see some things. I just finished it yesterday. Unfortunately, I was a little too busy to record this review. This is jumping the line. I've got 2 or 3 other books that I've already recorded reviews for, but I'm posting this one because I just want it out there. I want people to know. I want people to buy it and read it and thank me. You don't have to thank me. Thank Max Booth III for writing this masterpiece. No exaggeration. This is just so good. His writing is amazing. Excuse me. Yeah, Again, I just can't stop thinking about it. I keep drifting off. what else is there to say? Great characters, great story, great writing, just fantastic. 6 out of 5 stars. Screw math. I do my own thing. Yeah, just I guess we'll just get to the part where I say if you have any comments, questions, or corrections, please put them in the comments below. Comments are open for spoilers. Just post a spoiler warning. But let's not talk spoilers. Just read it. I guess we can talk about it after you've read it. Don't ask me anything. Because I really don't want to tell you. I want you to read this for yourself. If I'm forgetting anything, if there's any non-spoilery things you want to know, though, go ahead and ask. Because I just feel like I'm not doing it justice. As much as I'm gushing over it, I just feel like I'm forgetting things that I should be telling you. But, I mean, I read the back cover copy to you. What else do you need to know? That and the fact that it's amazing. So there you go. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you want to follow me on other social media, my Twitter is @Ronin5757. My Instagram, where I post pictures of books, comics, games, and occasionally animals, is Eric Smith 5757. That's Eric with a K, ERIKSMITH 5757. That's all I have to say. This is a short one, but it's a doozy. Absolutely. So there you go. This has been the Low Budget Review Show. I have been Eric Smith, and until next time, read more books.